Plenty of pictures.
I'm going to try to take a few pictures. Yep.
Yeah!
That's right.
Figure that would make sure everybody got woken up. Thank you for having me here. This is my second year here. Can we get a round of applause for Chris and all the great people at Honeycutt Music for putting this on? Yes. All right, and sound check this. I think this is going to be really loud right now. It doesn't matter to me. I like it loud. Anyway, I'm going to play. I have a new record coming out early next year. If you're familiar with a drummer named Chris Adler, he played with the band Lamb of God. He won a Grammy with the band Megadeth. He played drums on my new album. And I have a special guest solo by a bass player named Victor Wooten. And Victor played, I hope I said it right, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. Yeah, Bela Fleck, who's a brilliant genius. Anyway, but Victor can play anything. So between the two, but my new album will be out at the end of January next year in a big tour to coincide with it. I'm not going to be here in Johnson City, but I'll be in Knoxville. So I know it's about 100 miles away, but the tour starts in January. And I'm from Chicago, but ain't going to play in Chicago in January. So we go straight south. So we like the warm climate. But anyway, I was thinking about what to start off with today. And I have 15 solo albums, so I have a lot of music recorded. But I want to start off with something I don't usually start off with. I'm going to mix it between my versions of cool cover songs and my own music. I want to start off with a tribute to probably the greatest, one of the greatest metal bands ever. This is my metal interpretation of one of the first heavy metal bands, Led Zeppelin. Yes!
That's right.
Thank you. I played on 2 cruise ships in my life. One in Russia. I was the only American. And you know what they drank? You think all the Russians drink vodka? No! They drank honey Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
that's right.
So it was bad. I'm serious, I swear to God. And I had no vodka on that cruise, but the reason I'm saying that is last year I played here too. There's like a little indentation on this, like the sidewalk kind of goes down, like for real. So when I'm playing, I'm actually bent forward. It reminds me of like I'm on a cruise ship, like. So I'm playing like this. Hello, everybody. And so a good thing I got my Harley steel toe.
That's right.
So they keep me planted on the ground. This guitar, you know, it is a workshop, and I want to make it as much of a concert as I can, but these guitars that I'm playing are not mine. I'm an endorsee of Dean Guitars. These are my signatures, but they're available for sale. There was a price tag on this guitar, and they're very reasonably priced. They've got all different price points, but I mean, I beat the heck out of my guitars. I show them absolutely no mercy, and they just respond really well. It's not mine. This is one literally for sale. So the amplifiers, everything you see here, except for my double guitar, even the cables, guitar straps, are from Honeycutt Music. Yeah. Time to switch. I have had an amazing career. I have toured in 58 countries. I've been in every single state of the U.S. and I've toured in 49 of them. The only one, I've been in North Dakota, but I haven't played there. And so, but I fly into North Dakota to play in Montana. And so, but what I can tell you is this, that I never changed a note from what I play. And, you know, here's the Mikey philosophy of life. You know, there's a Nike commercial, just do it. It's a great saying, just do it. But I could bungee jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. If it's a little too long, splat! Pepperoni, saltwater pizza. And so I ain't gonna do it again. And so what I think about just doing it is not a lot. I mean, we don't remember who just did it to audition for the Olympics 4 years ago. We don't even know, we don't even care. And it's not just about winning, but here's my rephrased phrase from Nike, not just do it, just finish it. And so, and I found this, that, you know, I started my career very early. I played guitar at 10, but when I was 10, I never had a backup plan. And I'm not saying this for everybody, but I knew I was going to be in music. I just knew it. And I pictured myself touring all over the world, and that's what I do. I've lived 10 lifetimes, all because of playing a guitar. And I've never, ever taken it for granted. I'm here, I'm playing on a cruise ship in Russia, not even saltwater, freshwater. The Volga River down in St. Petersburg. I'm the only American there. I'm with a Russian band, and we're playing back in the USSR. I'm talking to Soviet captains, and they're like, Michael, do you see this in front of you? I'm like, I see a bunch of water. You know, it's like, you know, being like Leonardo DiCaprio in front of the Titanic. Okay, I see a bunch of water. He goes, no, this is gold in the 21st century. I'm like, maybe to you, but I live next to Lake Michigan. We got plenty of fresh water. And so, but anyway, the moral of the story is this, just all from playing a guitar. You know, everybody thinks certain things about countries. You know, you think, oh, the Russians drink vodka. I swear to you, they love Jack Daniels, but not just Jack. On this particular, it was Honey Jack. I was never so buzzed in my entire life. And then I'm playing with this Russian band. They had, see there's no cables here? Like I keep a clean area. I swear to God, I look like I was in a bowl of fettuccine Alfredo at Olive Garden. I'd never seen so many cables. I was like, dudes, drink the Jack Daniels after you set up. And so it's like, there was so much, it was like this much of cables everywhere. I'm like, dudes, what is this stuff? And the moral of the story is this, that not only do I get a chance to perform, but I've also been a teacher. I have a degree in music. Doesn't make me smarter than anybody standing here or sitting down or better. But it says something. I finished. I practice what I preach. I finish stuff. I want to do this show today and finish it. When I went to school, I finished it. And what I learned is this. When I started teaching guitar, my dad was really cool. He had a bunch of great sayings, and one of them is, son, don't reinvent the wheel. And this is, I never say anything political, religious, nothing. My dad said, if you don't know what came before you, you're going to have to reinvent everything. See, my learning curve is like this because I studied the past. I studied what came before me, and I was able to apply it today because in 1930, there was a 21-year-old guitarist named Charlie Christian. 200 years ago, we had Johann Sebastian Bach, we had Mozart. So if we forget those people, if we read, if we just don't want to erase them, then all of a sudden, this next generation has to relearn what's already been known for centuries. And so what I did in my instructional programs was I took from the past and made, in other words, like guitar studies. There were no, guitar's the newest instrument on this planet. And it's the most popular too. Guitar is experiencing a whole new renaissance, from gypsy jazz to country and bluegrass. There are so many great young ripping guitar players, but it's because of people like me who studied and said, look, this is the direction to go. And what I did was I'm a classical pianist. So I studied classical piano. And I said, if you want to learn how to play fast on guitar, what did classical pianists do 150 years ago? There were books, the Hanon, Cerny, Schmidt preparatory exercises, and they all had one thing in common. You want to rip on a keyboard? You play these short exercises, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You play it over and over and over. So I said, this is how we're going to teach guitar. Well, a couple of my students are this. Dimebag from Pantera studied my instructional stuff. John Petrucci from Dream Theater. I am teaching a guy right now, I can't tell you, but he can fill 15,000 seat stadiums right now, venues. Mark Tremonti from the band Creed and Alter Bridge. Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine, Audio Slave, was my student. And so what I did was my teaching stood the test of time because I used time to learn how to teach. And so anyway, here's what I did. Johann Sebastian Bach wrote a whole bunch of stuff.